Caught lying to the cops. Judge Fleischer doesn't play games, especially when you're already on bond for endangering a child and carrying 25 stolen identities. Buckle up, this case gets messy fast.
So, Miss Gibbs, the reason I'm bringing you out now is that your lawyer is asking for me to give you a PR bond on your failure to identify oneself. I don't know, I have to look at what's going on in your life to see, should we give you a PR bond? Are you a danger to the community? I mean,
Not at all, sir. Not at all. I'm a college graduate. I've got 4 kids I need to take care of. I have a job. I have a vehicle. I have no problem getting to court at all. Like the last 2 court dates that I had with my felony, I had a miscarriage and I was in the hospital, and they're aware of that.
Everybody tells me it's little bunnies jumping in the woods.
That's the only thing it was. I had a for real miscarriage.
I get it, but you're on bond for a felony endangering a child.
Mm-hmm.
You've picked up 2 fraudulent uses, and now, after those 3 cases, you've now picked up a 4th case of failure to identify oneself.
In Texas, failure to identify happens when someone gives false info to police, like a fake name or birth date, especially if they're being lawfully detained. It's a Class B misdemeanor, but if you're already a suspect in another crime or on bond, it can make things way worse.
They were all in this.
Stop.
Okay.
You have the right to remain silent. I just want to know what's going on
Yes,
to see whether we should give you a PR bond, because this is not a revolving door,
I understand.
Yeah.
I apologize.
So we're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Okay, please.
On April 2nd, 2025, the officer was monitoring a neighborhood police radio broadcast. The officer heard a broadcast call for the theft of a department store off of East Sam Houston Parkway in Harris County, Texas. The caller gave a description of the defendant and explained the defendant had just left the store. The officer arrived in the area and found the defendant as she was described by the caller, along with a male individual with the defendant. The officer observed the defendant and the individual enter into a motor vehicle and exit the parking lot. The officer observed the motor vehicle had no front license plate and expired registration. The officer conducted a traffic stop and made contact with the defendant, and the defendant identified themselves as Kathleen O'Brien, date of birth, May 24th, 1982. The defendant stated she did not have any ID card on her person. The officer looked at the defendant by the name and date of birth on the public safety photo, and they did not resemble the defendant. The officer asked for the name and date of birth of the defendant once again, and the defendant gave the same name and date of birth. Due to the photograph not matching, the officer confirmed the defendant's name and date of birth with the mobile FIS. That returned the actual identity of the defendant as Candace Lynn Gibbs, date of birth July 16, 1981. Along with a Harris County Sheriff's Office mugshot of the defendant that matched the driver of the vehicle.
So they didn't charge you with a theft?
I don't believe so, Your Honor. Or they did not.
So what's going on with the 2 fraud cases that she has that shows like no bond?
Not sure.
Those cases, Lori?
No, sir. I know that she went to court on the 15th, 14th?
15th. Yes,
On the 15th on them. I received an email from her felony attorney stating that this was the only case that was holding her in, and to see if I could move her up to get her out.
She said something that they weren't filed, or they weren't, or something hadn't been done where.
Yeah, she said they weren't filed yet.
They're filed. I guess the judge just hasn't signed it yet.
Your Honor, it looks like there was a plea offer made originally for the endangerment of a child, and that plea offer has been made now on the fraudulent use case. That was just, I believe, discussed between the felony prosecutor and the defense attorney.
In this case, Lori, in the fraudulent use case,
Mm-hmm.
in her clutch, as they pull them over, she has the identifying credit cards, debit cards of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 different items of other people's identifying information.
Here's where it escalates. The defendant had 25 items of identifying info from other people. That's not just bad luck, that's felony territory under fraudulent use or possession of identifying information in Texas. The judge made it clear this isn't a revolving door. He's prioritizing public safety over second chances.
You are on bond for endangering a child. You pick up 2 fraudulent use cases and now allegedly at a store doing whatever with a failure to ID. I'm not going to sit here and give you yet another PR bond. You know, at some point we have to say when, and now is that time. Your bond, literally $50 to get you out, right? But I can't sit here and continue to just perpetuate this thing over and over and over. All I want is my community to be safe, you know?
I understand that,
So
sir.
I'm gonna find probable
In an
cause.
abusive relationship.
Don't say anything, but gotta understand that, right, I'm not gonna give her a PR bond for you, I'm sorry. All right. So ma'am, what we'll do now, your felony cases are set for the 30th of April. We can set you for the day after and we'll go from there. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
That's what we said.
This wasn't just about a fake name, it was a pattern of dangerous behavior, child endangerment, identity fraud, and now failure to identify. Judge Fleischer put his foot down, showing that compassion has its limits when public trust is on the line. What do you think? Was he too harsh, or just right? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button and subscribe for more cases like this.